start us off, I'm going to ask a question. Have anyone in the crowd tonight been sad before? Raise your hand. You ever been sad? Yeah. Have any of you cried before? Right. Ron, never cried? All right. So, Jack, if you don't mind me asking, do you remember the last time you cried and why? You don't have to share if you don't want to, but...
When they postponed John Wick 4.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
that was so sad.
cry-worthy.
It's supposed to come out in 2023 and they moved it back to 2024.
That's totally cry-worthy, I understand. Let's see. Freddie, if you don't mind.
I knew it was coming.
I'm sorry.
Well, I think the last time I cried was when I was moving my sister out of her house when she was separating out with her wife.
Oh.
Yeah, she was really sad. Made me really sad.
Yeah. I remember the last time I cried. It was really recently. Wednesday, 25th of March, I was having a really bad day. I got home and I was scared that I was about to lose one of my best friends. I slung my stuff on the floor, sat down on the carpet that has paint stains all over it because why else? And I laid back and just started crying. I could not stop. And I went on for so long that by the time my mom came to get me for praise band practice, my eyes red and puffy, my face red, just a mess. Sometimes we wish these feelings just didn't exist, right? No one wants to feel sad or angry or frustrated, depressed, any negative feeling you can think of. Most people don't like feeling that. So if these feelings are bad, then why do we have them? Why did God give them to us? Do you think that maybe it's just another way for God to get closer to us? Maybe God gives us these feelings because he knows that when it really comes down to it, he's going to be our biggest comfort. In Matthew 5:4, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. I'm not going to say this. In Psalms 34:18, the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. So, be honest with me. How many people go to God when they're feeling upset? Right. So, I did go to God in those moments. When I got to church, I looked at the cross in the sanctuary, and I did a silent prayer to myself. I prayed that God would give me the strength to get through the issue, no matter what the outcome would be, and just be with me. So I went and talked to Dad. Because your parents are there for you. Even if you think they don't, they're there for you, I trust. And he said I should focus on making sure that I was happy first. To get happy, I would have to go through the issue. So I had to sort things out. I prayed to God again that night, and I asked that he'd be with me as I did what I had to. I was scared, horrified, because I'm not a confrontational person. If there is an issue, I'm going to pretend like it doesn't exist until I absolutely have to. Because I get really anxious around people, as I said earlier. I'm scared up here right now. But the next day at lunch, I took that friend to the side and asked for a moment of their time. I talked to them. That's all I did. I asked if we were okay, as two individuals, just trying to make it through life. The moment where I waited for the answer was pure anxiety. I was scared of rejection, of outright, disapproval, I guess we'll say, because I can't find the word. But do you know what they said in response? They said we were fine. I did all that worrying for nothing, for them to say we were fine. But that was the biggest relief for me, that I had planned for everything to go badly, and it was okay. God held my hand through all of that, even if things were going to go south. He would always be with me, and it would be fine. It's funny how that works, right? Something you think is going to be like the scariest moment of your life, and might just end up being like the best, because you'll find out you're not going to lose your best friend. Sometimes you overthink, but that's okay, because it's going to turn out all right in the end. After that whole conversation, I felt better than I had felt in months. This had been weighing on me since like the beginning of 2025, honestly. And I'm positive that my parents noticed and my friends noticed, because I would be quiet or reserved or just seem generally, thank you, down and depressed. But after I had that conversation, an entire 20-ton elephant had been lifted off my chest. I knew that I wasn't losing my best friend, and I knew that God was by my side the whole time. I was scared and was sad and a little bit angry about the circumstances I had been placed in. That happens, right? We all get angry at, if there's a bad thing happening in our lives, like losing a loved one or a friend, we can get angry at our circumstances. But that's just human. I felt happy after that. Pretty darn happy. So, something a little more lighthearted. Who's been happy? Yeah! All right. Emily, when was the last time you were happy? Yay! We love being happy. Ron, when was the last time you were happy? Nice. Kevin?
Today, my daughter did her homework and I didn't have to scream at her.
Nice. Goals for real.
I got one.
All right.
John Wick 4 came out.
John Wick 4. We love Keanu Reeves, guys. All right. Happiness tends to be attached with blessings in our lives, like John Wick 4. I knew I was blessed in that moment, and I've already said this, but God held my hand through that whole conversation, staying right by me and reminding me that even if things did go badly, I'd still have him, always. Luke 6:21 says, "Blessed are you who weep now, for you will laugh." I did laugh. I laughed as the serious heart-to-heart conversation turned into silly theories about random things we had seen like years ago. I don't even know what it was about at this point. It was just talk, you know? Lighthearted, no serious impact. Strange that emotions do that, right? How something that makes you so sad, angry, frustrated, want to break things, instantly just turns into something that makes you laugh, smile, giggle, and kick your feet. Blessed are you who weep, for you will laugh. So weep. Do it right now if you have to. It feels good sometimes, doesn't it? Just to cry, let it all out. Because God is with you in those moments, right beside you, holding your hand, getting you through the saddest, scariest moments of your life. Because he's leading you to the other side of the bridge, the side away from the side with tears and onto the side with the tears of happiness and joy, and the side with the moments that you never want to let go because you're having such a good time and surrounded by loved ones, and they make you just so happy. Emotions! A roller coaster, right? And who's sitting next to you? God is sitting right next to you. And his hands are up in the air. So I want everyone to take a deep breath. Let it out. Now everyone put your hands up in the air like you're on a roller coaster. Put your hands up. All right. Take a deep breath in. Let it out again. You're going up the hill. The part where you feel angry or sad, right? And in a few seconds, we're going to take another breath. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. And on the count of 3, quietly, because there's a lot of people in here and it gets loud, we're going to say whatever emotion we're feeling right now. Okay? That will be the downhill, the part where we're feeling happy and excited and everything. Okay? Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. And put your hands down. We've just reached the end of the ride. Everyone close your eyes, bow your heads, prayer time. Holy Father, thank you for giving us emotions, even though they may be wild or scary. Sometimes we need them. Emotions are some of the biggest parts in our lives, telling us how to live our lives in ways that feel good to our hearts, our souls, and our feels. Remind us that everything we feel is natural and is normal, and that you'll be by us for all of it. Hold our hands and sit beside us as we have that talk we've been avoiding, or as we sift through our problems we may have. Remind us to stop holding on. We aren't alone, and that we will always be held. In your Son's most precious name, amen.
Amen.